So please close your eyes and take a lovely, slow, nurturing breath. And relax your shoulders and just let all the cares of the day just rain down your body and out into Mother Earth. And just know that you have gifted yourself these next few minutes where you need do nothing else. There is no call on you. There is no call on your time. This is a gift for you to go into the energy of compassion and kindness. So breathe gently and know that you are surrounded by beautiful, loving, protective energy. And as we look at compassion and kindness, it is, as with everything else, an energy. And it's a beautiful, high vibration energy. And the more we dip into this energy, the better everything becomes. The better we become physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, socially. The better energy we can give out to others, the more we can raise other people's vibration. It's an energy that's fairly easy to tap into because we see it around us all the time, because we've trained ourselves to do it over the years. But there is no end. There isn't an end point where you have become compassionate and kind. It is an ongoing journey forever, because the more energy you can give out of this ilk, the more you ultimately raise the vibration of the world. And we as your guides support you constantly to do this. And if you stop and take the time to listen to the tiny, tiny whispers that are around, and you take the time to tap into the energy, you will find many, many instances of where you can be compassionate and kind. Instances that you might not have thought of before. Instances that when you see them and your intuition recognizes them, you will feel so empowered and so full of kindness and compassion that it has to come out, that it has to flow towards other people. So as well as continuing on the path of compassion and kindness that you have already been on all your life, be open to the little whisper of your intuition that might point you towards other aspects that are compassion and kindness, but you've never seen it that way. And this is compassion and kindness to others and also to yourself. There is no difference. And in fact, at times it may be better to start off by being kind to yourself, because as you raise your kindness vibration, you've got more to give out to other people. And so, smile inwardly and know that you are at peace. And we would like you to imagine that you're sitting in the most comfortable chair and you're surrounded by a bubble of love and compassion and kindness. And we want you to picture in your mind a situation that you have been involved in where there was somebody, maybe you know them, maybe you don't, but there was somebody who was acting in a way that was not at all kind or compassionate. They may have been argumentative. They may have been aggressive. They may have been really hurt and were throwing the hurt out into the world in whatever way they felt they could. So just mentally take yourself to that situation as an observer. We don't want you to buy into the emotion of that event. We want you to be an observer. So take a few seconds to get yourself into that scenario mentally. And now, if we think of the levels of vibrational frequency, do whatever you can for the next few seconds to raise yourself up into your highest level of kindness and compassion. Get yourself to the highest frequency you can just now, in whatever way you can. And we want you to, in your mind's eye, revisit this scenario of the person who was struggling at some level. And we want you, from your vantage point of high level kindness and compassion, to energetically send out a bubble to surround this person. You can either kind of freeze frame it, or you can allow the situation to play out. But you have enveloped them in a bubble. And into this bubble, you pour as much kindness and compassion energy as you possibly can. So it entirely fills the bubble, and it is intense in its vibration. And we want you to do this for two reasons. Firstly, as a kind of practice, so that when you come across a situation like this in the future, you can use this strategy to deal with it in the highest way that you can. And secondly, because what you are dealing with is an actual real person, to actually help them improve their vibration so that it lessens the chances of them dealing with a situation in the same way again. So we will leave you now as you emit this high and powerful energy into their bubble of compassion and kindness, and we will call you back in a few minutes. And so we invite you to stop the flow of that energy, but ensure that it stays within the bubble around the person. Somehow package it up so they are existing in this bubble for as long as is necessary. And each person that you have sent this energy to will react to it differently. Some will not recognize it. Some may feel it's very alien to them. Some may be incredibly grateful. It doesn't matter. It's a high vibration energy, and at some level, it will affect them in a positive way. So give gratitude to this person for allowing you to help raise their vibration and ultimately the vibration of others. In some way, you've got a level of soul contract with them for you to be able to do this for them and with them. And now, the flow of energy that you sent out to them, take a few seconds to direct it into yourself. And do the same. Package it up within you, within your bubble. Secure it tightly with a ribbon so that you can stay in this bubble of kindness and compassion energy for as long as you need to. And as you go forward in life, each time you meet a situation where someone is struggling and is throwing out the opposite of kindness and compassion, know that you can easily tap into this way of behaving. Surround this person with a bubble and fill it with as much high vibration energy as you can. Even if it doesn't visibly make a difference, know that at some level it will do for you, for them, and for the people who are connected to them. We, as your guides, thank you for doing this. We are grateful for all that you do. We are grateful for you to take on this challenge of building the energy of kindness and compassion in the world. Know that nothing is small. Even if you think you've done a small act of kindness, the ripples from that, which are invisible, are actually quite sizable. Nothing you do of a high vibration is ever small. And we thank you. And so as we move out of this meditation, just smile inwardly to yourself again. And just become aware of being in the room, of any noises, of where you're sitting, of the temperature of the room. Give your body a bit of a shake to liven up the energy again. And when you're ready, please open your eyes.